Hello, this is Mr. Goldberg, and we're going to start talking about in class on Wednesday, and you're going to start researching our events that happened from 1819 to 1825. There's 6 events here, and what I'd like you to do is look up all of them real briefly on Wikipedia or just doing a basic Google search for the first, and see what you come up with. You can literally cut and paste, but just have something about each of these 6 events and why they matter. So the first is the First Seminole War, where Andrew Jackson attacks Native American lands in Florida. The second is the Panic of 1819. That's an economic panic. The third is the Missouri Compromise. We've talked about that some, but just getting a few more details on how Missouri and Maine balance each other out and how that keeps the southern states happy enough to stay in the Union. The fourth is this thing called the Era of Good Feelings, where the Federalist Party has disappeared, as we've talked about. That connects to the Hartford Convention at the end of the War of 1812, and a symptom of this unified political world is that in the 1820 election, President Monroe runs unopposed. Fifth is the Monroe Doctrine. It's a foreign policy doctrine set out by President James Monroe, and if you see the first 3 paragraphs in the Wikipedia article about the Monroe Doctrine, that's really all you need about that one. And then finally, the Erie Canal, which was built in New York over the 8-year period from 1817 to 1825, and how that revolutionized shipping and transportation within the United States. So let's look at a couple of these. Okay, so for the Seminole Wars, I just Googled Seminole Wars, and this is the Wikipedia article about that. Go ahead and hit pause so you can read through this, but really these 2 paragraphs would do it for you in terms of what you need for Wednesday. So just there are conflicts in Florida between the Seminole, which is an amalgamation or a grouping together of various Native American and African Americans who settled in Florida, and they were fighting against the U.S. Army. And then it goes on, just read those 2 paragraphs and you're good to go. Similarly, here's the Panic of 1819, and it's about 4 paragraphs, but if you just scroll down again up through this, and it links up to the Era of Good Feelings here, but just read those couple paragraphs over, get a sense of it, and you're done with the Panic of 1819. You'll also do the same thing for the Missouri Compromise, the Era of Good Feelings, and the Erie Canal. And before this video ends, I'll just show you the Monroe Doctrine. Again, the first 3 paragraphs on Wikipedia are really all you need for that one. And there it is, the Monroe Doctrine, U.S. foreign policy regarding Latin American countries in 1823. And as you read through here, it should say, this is actually written largely by John Adams. This is the second paragraph in here, saying when he delivered his Monroe Doctrine, and then it talks about the intent over here, and if we scroll down a tiny bit more, it says, with this picture, that Secretary of State John Quincy Adams was the author of the Monroe Doctrine. And as we've learned, John Quincy Adams is going to defeat Andrew Jackson in the election of 1824, also called the Corrupt Bargain. But these 3 paragraphs are really all you need for now for the Monroe Doctrine, and the others are easy to look up as well. So just look up those 6 terms, paste them all in your notes, and we will pick up from there on Wednesday in class. Look forward to seeing you then. Take care.